Hello, my friends. It is that time of the month. No, not that time. It's Kit Club time. And I'm very excited about this because, and I know I say this every time, and I coordinate all the products, we put all the products together, but I never get to see it all done. And so Faylene always makes up a kit for me to do my videos for, and I get to see everything together, and it always looks so pretty, and I always get so happy and so excited. And our pretty box is just so fun, and I just love it. Are you ready? I always have to take a deep breath. Now, I'm gonna show you the cardstock first, so that will give you the color palette, and then we'll get to look at all of the yummies. Okay, let me move that off to the side. Don't peek. Oh, that one's stuck out. Okay, ready? Let's close that up a little so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Well, white. Not very exciting yet, is it? Well, ooh, some little tags. That's fun. Already die cut out. Okay, and of course your envelopes, because you can never have too many envelopes. I tell you, I have a ton of envelopes and I can never find an envelope when I need them. Now, of course, you get your handy dandy storage envelopes. You can store a lot of your products in here. And of course, it says the stamps of life, and if you want to, you can use a little Sharpie marker to write your kit on here or write whatever information you want to. Are you ready to see it? Oh, okay, let's see. We have, and I'm gonna try to do the correct names for you. Let's see if I can do them, because we're adding new colors, which is very exciting. Midnight, banana, ginger snap, leaf, chocolate. Are you seeing a theme here? I think you are by now. Tangerine. Yeah, tangerine. Uh-oh. Okay, that might be artichoke. This one might be leaf, sorry. And this one is cranberry. And then some white. It is a fall theme, which is fantastic. So now you can have a chance to work on your fall cards. Are you ready? Let me show you the postcard to give you an idea. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't show you the postcard because then you'll have a real idea. Let's look at, what should we look at first? I think we should look at the paper pad first because it's one of my favorites. It is called, this collection is called the Happiness Collection. And look at how fun this paper pad is. Now, last month I mentioned to you that the colors were outside of my comfort zone because if I had my way, every kit would be pink, but I know a lot of you would not like that. So the team makes me pick other colors and we choose other colors. So this color palette's really fun because it's a very fall theme. So the fall pattern paper, here we go. And there's 24 sheets, double-sided, and it's nice and thick. If you haven't tried our pattern paper, you need to try one pad because you will love the thickness, and it's perfect for flip-it cards and stand-up cards and step-up cards and drop-ins. Ooh, a nice weave. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. This is one of our stamp sets that we shrunk and we put it on paper, and so you can cut these out with a trimmer or scissors and add them to your cards. Oh, owls to love! Look at our cute little owls with our little leaves and dots. See, there's other patterns over here. Can you see both? Yes, you can. And then happiness, 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 happiness. And green with a blue weave. And just leaves, because sometimes you need leaves, and a chevron. Spider web! Spider web! And ooh, look at that one. I love that. Isn't that pretty? Sometimes you don't want to use them because they're so pretty. Okay, yellow with green. Look at how green that is. Look at how that matches. This is cardstock, this is the pattern paper. Is that amazing? Can you see that? Look at that. Boom! Ooh, we matched that one exactly. Gosh, I love it. Yellow, leaves, baby leaves, acorns, baby owls. I get so excited. I designed these so long ago, I forgot. And then back to the weave, and then we go again. 2 of each pattern, which is very exciting. Okay, but wait, and our pattern paper, we're very proud to say, is made in the United States. It's actually made, printed not that far away from our factory, so it has a very small footprint, if that's what you really say, I don't know. But we try every once in a while, and this one is made in the US, made in California. So we're excited about that. Here are some metal clips. We had metal clips, different metal clips. These are new ones. These are also etched, which is even more fun. So this one says happiness, best friends, and dream. And I know they look kind of funny in the packaging because they're clipped under this thing. So let's open them up. So I want to really show you what they look like because that doesn't, there you go, dream. And see how it's etched? It's so much fun. This one, and there we go, best friends. And this one says happiness. Isn't that fun? I love those. They're so cute. And so what you're going to do is when you decorate your card, you can do this. You can do that. Dream. Isn't that pretty? Or you could just glue it on like that. I think that's fun too. So lots of fun on those. So that's those. Then, oh, ribbon. Let's do ribbon. Brown gingham or ginger snap colored ribbon. So we have ginger snap colored ribbon, which is really fun. But wait, there's more. 2 ribbons. This one is leaf. I think this is leaf color or it's artichoke. I don't remember. But a seam binding, a thin seam binding, which is really fun. 2. Now remember back in the day, in the very beginning of this card kit, we only gave you 1 ribbon, and it wasn't even a ribbon spool, it was a piece of ribbon. So is this exciting that now you don't get, not only do you get 1, you get 2 different, and they're spools, they're so cute, they're little and they're cute. Okay, then you're also getting ribbon bows. So there's 3 of each color, and of course they coordinate with the kit, which is so much fun, and I love those cute little ones, so fun. Then there's also twine, because you always need twine. Then, gosh, there's a lot in this kit. Then there's epoxy hearts, which are fun because sometimes you just want a heart and you want to love. So there's hearts. Then, of course, there's a word die. This one says happiness, which is fun, and it has a shadow, so technically there's 2 dies in this kit, which is fun. Then there is, I'm having fun, a stamp set. Now this Let's Hang Out Soon is separate from this frame. So you get a frame, you get Let's Hang Out Soon, May All Your Wishes Come True, Sending You Sunshine, Find Joy, Love, I Love Your Cheerful Heart, So Happy for You, and Make Every Day a Happy Day. So when we designed this stamp set, I thought, oh, I love that shape. Wouldn't it be fun if it had matching dies? And you know what they told me? See, I have a team now, so the team helps me do this because I overspend. And I want to give you way more than I'm supposed to, but I don't care because it's not about the money, it's about the fun. So I said, I think this needs a die. And they said, Stephanie, it's not in the budget. You want to give them this, 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 you want to give them this. What are you going to take out if you give them another die to match this? I said, I'm not taking anything out. And they said, well, you have to because you know, you can't, you know, they talk about margins and prices and blah, 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 numbers. I don't do numbers. And I said, well, I need a die that matches this. And if I need a die that matches this, they need a die that matches this. So you know what? I said, I am not taking anything out. I am adding the die. I don't care. Guess what? And then, guess what? Then I said, I'm adding the die to cut that out. And you know what? Just to spite you all, and because I'm the boss and I can do whatever I want, I added 2 dies. So what did I do? Yeah, it's true, I did. I added 2 dies. So I added the shadow die for that and a little die that pops out, I mean not pops out, but it embosses little tiny dots all the way around in the same shape. So now it doesn't actually cut anything, but it punches out little holes. You could lay those in side by side and you get little holes all the way around, and I'm going to run that through the machine so you can see it. So we just kind of threw these in. They now know, it wasn't on the list, and when I got, this is funny, this is the truth. When Faylene packed this box for me, these dies were not in the kit. And I said, where are these dies? Don't forget, you guys, remember, I added these dies at the last minute. And they said, oh yeah, whoops. I love it, I love it. You know what, that's one of the best things about running the company. You can do whatever you want. Who cares about the bottom line, right? As long as we have fun and we get lots of goodies, who cares about everything else? Postcard time. So here's a sample, which is really cute, using one of the heart drop-ins for the background. Make every day a happy day, using the cute little epoxy hearts on top of that. Isn't that fantastic? Turn it over. There's 2 other ideas, lots of other ideas actually. 3 different tag options with some of my other products, and happiness cut out, which is fabulous. Now, let's make a card together. This is like the 5-minute card, but we don't time it because, oh, goodness gracious, we're not going to time it all the time. And I'm thinking I really want to use these bows because I'm loving these bows. I'm loving, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to die cut this. And I see, look at this. Look how professional we are. I have a die on the floor. See, you guys think this is, just because you see that, you think my room's clean. If you saw my floor, I can barely move. If I go this way, I touch something. If I go this way, I touch something on the floor. If I go this way, I touch something on the floor. I have this little spot down here that I can stand because I can stand there. Let's make a card. I will shut up now. let's do this and let's do that. And let's see, what else do we want to do? Well, let's start with that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a drop-in card. We're going to get our paper the right size. When you're making a longer card, you want to use a longer cutting pad and tear off the excess. So now I know this is the perfect size. We're going to grab our die cut machine, lay this down, and I must have gone crooked because it's not going in perfect. Usually it does. There we go. And we're going to lay this down. We're going to just cut out the card base. Again, we don't want any speed bumps, so we're going to put that a little bit at an angle and get our other cutting pad, which is over here. And we're going to run that baby through. Easy peasy. But we're going to get that nice scalloped edge, which is really, really fun. So we're going to pop that out. Now, I'm going to fold it on the score line. Look how fast that made a card. Isn't that fantastic? But we want to decorate the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to use one of the other pieces, and we're going to get some pattern paper. And let's see. Let's find one that matches the blue. I kind of like that happiness one because I don't want to make a fall card right now. I want to make a happiness one. So we're going to lay that down. Now, because this has words, we want to make sure we're doing this the right way. We don't want to go upside down or anything weird, because that would mess it all up. So we're going to go that way. Now, this is a speed bump, so we want to tilt it a little bit. And I am off, so I kind of just give it a little tear to make sure that my paper doesn't move when it goes through the machine. Okay? Now, it's a smaller die, so I can use a smaller cutting pad so I don't have to roll it through so much. That one's dirty from the last video. Okay, we're going to run that through. That's enough at an angle that it'll give me a nice clean cut. We're going to pop all that out. And the nice thing is it has those little holes all the way around, so that's going to be fun. So let's move that off to the side. Grab our secret weapon and let's adhere this. Now never do adhesive on your secret weapon because you don't want adhesive to get on it because it makes it icky. So we're just going to add that, lay that down. Look how fun that is with those little circles all the way around. It's like eyelet kind of. And it's crooked. That's what happens when I try to craft and talk at the same time. Okay, there we go, that's better. So now we have the front of our card, which looks pretty darn good considering we haven't done anything else yet. And I want to stamp and die cut. So we're going to do this. Now, normally, let's see, okay, let's just do this. I did want to show you what that looks like. So really quick, I'm going to run this through. I don't want to do it on my real card, so we're going to run this through really quick because I want you to see what those cute little dots around it look like. So we're going to drop that in and we're going to move that so it's nice and centered. I am using my magnetic platform and we're going to run that baby through. I don't know why I always say we're going to run that baby through. I always say that. And it has those fun dots, so I'm just going to run it back because I want to make sure they're really debossed on there. So now I have my little shape, right? But oh my goodness gracious, I also have all those cute little dots. Isn't that fun? Now I don't necessarily think I want to do that on that one, so we're going to peel that off and we're going to do a different color. We are going to do yellow. Where's yellow? There it is. Now, here is a tip. I like to give out tips. This stamp, oh, you gotta love the smell. Okay, in order for us to add this extra stamp in here, see that extra stamp? We had to make this hollow, see? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay that face down, lay the die down first, then lay the stamp down, and that way it's gonna go into the shape it needs to be in. So then you're gonna take your acrylic block and lay it on the back, and now it's in the exact position it needs to be in to die cut it later. Now, the first time you stamp, the first and second time you stamp a clear stamp that's brand new, you need to stamp it onto trash cardstock. Why is that? Well, that kind of conditions the stamp, and sometimes you get a little bit of beading, and that's normal. Do not use sandpaper. Do you see how that one's way better than that one? Now our image is going to be awesome. Don't use sandpaper, don't use an eraser. There is no residue you need to get off. You just need to stamp it twice onto scratch paper. There we go, beautiful image. Now we're going to take this and we're going to run this through our machine. We're going to lay that die right on top. and I'm gonna run that through. Now here's another tip, and I hope you can see this. Now when I run this through, and I'm using my magnetic platform, so what is the magnetic platform? It's that die is staying exactly where I put it. But if I lay this down, and I've seen this in classes, that's why I'm bringing it up. If I lay this down and I just kind of throw it down haphazardly, that die is gonna move and then I'm gonna run it through and it's not gonna work. Well, what you wanna do when you lay this down, so get that lined up again, get it exactly where you want it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay it at an angle. You're gonna lay it into the machine first, then you're gonna lightly lay it on top. That's gonna give you a situation where it doesn't move, okay? So now we're gonna pop that baby out. Look at how cute that is. It's all the way around. I love it, I love it. Now if I wanted to, I could still add that little dots. I would add my dots later because you don't wanna have that in the mess of the, you know what, let's do it. In the mess of the, you don't wanna have the dots and then try to stamp it because the stamp might interfere with the dots and the dots might interfere with the stamp and then you'll be sad and then you'll wanna do it again. So let's run this through. Again, I'm just gonna lay it down gently. And I'm gonna run it that way and that way. Because I want nice deep dots. And look at this, are you ready? And don't forget, I threw these dies in. Shh. Look at how fun, those little dots are all the way around and emboss the edge. It looks fantastic. Now we need to stamp a little sentiment. So let's stamp out, let's hang out soon, because I have some friends that I don't get to see as often as I should get to see because we're all so busy. But sometimes you just need to hang out. So I'm gonna stamp once, and just for kicks, I'm gonna stamp again on scratch paper, and then I'm gonna stamp on my project. You only have to do that when it's a brand new stamp. Now that I've used it, I don't have to do that ever again. I'm gonna lay that down, and I'm gonna stamp. Yay! Now we are going to bring that over here, and that's cute, but we want to add more. But wait, there's more. So what else do we want to add? I think we should add, and I got ink on it, look at that. I make a mess all the time. Let's add a cute little heart. I think I want to add a cute little heart. Ooh, yeah. What if I added a cute little heart right there? Oh wait, I want to do this. I'm gonna add a cute little heart right there, but I think I might be able to fit one of these. Ooh, I don't want yellow. I think I'm gonna use green. Oh, I don't want to make it look like Christmas. We'll use blue. I'm gonna add a blue one right. Oh my goodness gracious, that's cute. Dang, that's cute. Okay, so I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm just trying to decide where we're gonna put it. So let's add some adhesive. Now the hearts already have adhesive on them, so we gotta be a little careful. Let's lay that down right there. And this card could almost be done, but I want to add some seam binding because I love my seam binding. And it's got tape on it, so I gotta get the tape off. And I could do twine, but I don't think we're going to. So this is just a quick card. So we're just gonna add this and add this, tie this. Oh my goodness gracious, that's cute. And don't cut it until after you've made your bow, but I always cut it because I have lots. And we're going to, I want the bow to be over here even though I have a smudge over there. So let's tie our bow. I do have a bow video. My mother taught me how to tie bows. If you have not seen the bow video and you do not know how to tie bows, search in the video section bows or bow tie video or something like that. And it will tell you how to do it. So just search in the video section bows and it'll pop up. You can search all our videos that way, by the way. Did you know that? Just go to the video section and you can search videos. Okay, so that looks really cute, but I think I need one more thing to cover that smudge because it's really irritating me. What if I just added another little heart off to this? Oh, I know what I'm gonna do, watch this. So I'm covering that nasty smudge because we don't wanna see it. And then to make sure that I add in all those fun little hearts, I'm going to add a couple little hearts around that to coordinate. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. Okay, we're done. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Let's hang out soon. Happiness, happiness with the cute little hearts, and they just kind of like float up into the air. Isn't that fun? Now make sure you upload your creations to our gallery. We have our samples here in our gallery, but also upload your creations so you can share them with the world. Thanks so much, and Club Kit members, your kits are on their way to you. If you're not a Kit Club member, you need to check this guy out. This is fantastic. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.